It's snowing outside and 37 degrees.
Want to let
Spring will
everyone
be here
know.
before you know it.
I do want to let
Mhm.
everyone know we're live right now and
Okay.
just getting ready to record when we hit 8:30. We are ready to go. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and I'll call the meeting of the Board of Commissioners meeting on February the 16th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Myra, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Simmons,
Present.
Commissioner Gladney,
Present.
Commissioner Beach,
Here.
Commissioner Johnson,
Thanks.
Commissioner Cox,
Here.
Commissioner Galladay, Commissioner Windmiller,
Present.
Commissioner Moore,
Present.
Commissioner Jackson Jennings.
Present.
We have a quorum and you may proceed.
Fine, thank you. Myra, was there any public comment cards received?
Yes, the agency received 58 public comment cards for today, the majority of which pertain to Coloride. Those comments were distributed to the Board of Commissioners and staff for review prior to today's meeting. The comments in their entirety will be incorporated into the online meeting materials and will be included in the minutes from today's meeting.
Fine, thank you. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the November 29th, 2023 Board of Commissioners open meeting. They've been provided to you for your review. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Have a
Second.
motion, have a second, have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, ayes have it. Mr. Talby, you have any comments?
I do. Good morning, commissioners. So, most importantly, I want to highlight this morning, I had the absolute pleasure and privilege to greet, really on an almost pep rally basis, almost 250 of his fellow employees, retirees, and family members of Bruce Williams, who is an operator for Metro Transit, who celebrated 50 years of service to the public. Commissioners, let me highlight, it wasn't a retirement party. He is still working for us after 50 years. What an incredible individual. What an incredible American story. These are the men and women who serve the public, who really, I like to think that we work for them. Our job is to get that service out in the street, support these operators, and who go out every day to serve the public. I welcome everybody to see the great media coverage that we got for Mr. Williams. It was very interesting to hear what the community's response was to this everyday worker who puts in the work day in and day out. These are the investments that we need to continue to make, and the ones that we're committed to. And speaking of that, I had the privilege to host Jess Segovia, who is the ADA guru, who we committed to having Mr. Segovia come in and review us, try to see what are we doing right, what are we doing wrong, where are the parts that we can improve and fulfill the commitments that we are making to the ADA community and, of course, the overall transit community. And while we talked in detail about the Coloride commitments and phone and scheduling and so on, we also talked about other aspects of improvement, including our culture. How can we become a more welcoming environment to the ADA community as a whole, not only in Coloride, but also on our regular transit service? Mr. Segovia provided with some very, very important highlights, very similar to the public comments that we are getting. These are the moments that we lean in and make commitments and think of how we can do better as a company. We will continue to have that commitment. I would remind the Board of Commissioners that you have encouraged us to make that commitment. We have moved forward on our 3-year new contract that Chuck Stewart got through with 788, continuing to invest in our employees. The extraordinary $5,000 new hiring bonus, including an almost $7,000 bonus associated with long-term savings to our existing employees. These are the kind of investments that we need to make to improve that very service that we're talking about, because we need to fulfill the commitments that we have made to the public. And speaking of that, because of those good hiring events, we were able to return service on nearly 17 routes that we had to cut service on associated with the employment crisis. What that means is a measured and regular commitment to improvement. We are making that. We still need to be held to account to that. And I really urge the Board of Commissioners, please help us continue to make these investments. You have a budget in front of you that we're going to consider and talk about. Please ask us whatever questions you can. This staff and myself are going to be dedicated to answering every single question that you might have. But that is a policy document. It is a policy document that also tells our riders that we're committed to betterment. We're committed to investing in our frontline employees through these bonuses, through a good labor contract, and all of these are related issues. I always want to thank the Board of Commissioners for their strong support. I'm very excited for Mr. Stewart to give an update on how our hiring events are going. They are going wonderfully. But this will be an arc of months of improvement. I appreciate everybody's patience, but we are committed. We hear you, and we are moving forward. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Roach. Before I ask if there's any comments, under Mr. Williams, that is definitely a milestone. Do we know if that's ever been met before by any of the employees?
Chuck?
I'm not sure about that. I would assume that it has been. In fact, we have a couple of additional operators that are at the 47, 48, 49 year level now. So, you know, back in the day, this was considered a very profession. You know, our operators took pride in the opportunity to work for us, and they stayed a long time. So I'm not sure exactly if we've had anybody 50, but we're going to have a couple more pretty soon.
Why I'm asking is, and I've been a lot of time on the same here in his later years. I would ask that somehow our commissioners go along with the fact of maybe trying to name one of those after employees. It's this is a lifetime. I think it would be an incentive. We kind of on and we'll name a stop after you or something, you know. So just let's put that in our thinking cap, okay?
All right.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Roach on his statement? Okay, hearing none, moving along, report of the Operations Committee. Commissioner Windmiller, you have the floor, please.
Thank you. Good morning. A virtual meeting of the Operations Committee was held on January 26, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. The draft minutes of the meeting are included in the board material today, excuse me, under item number 6. The Operations Committee is recommending approval of 6 items, which are noted on today's agenda as consent agenda item number 10. The contract award for uniform rental and cleaning, Resolution 1313. The contract modification for track systems update, Resolution 1314. Sole source contract for automatic passenger accounting infrastructure upgrades, Resolution 1315. Intergovernmental agreement, Illinois Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Master Agreement, Resolution 1316. Intergovernmental Agreement, USDA Agreement for Airport Wildlife Services and Compliance, Resolution 1317. And the letter of agreement between Bi-State Development and the Jerry Costello Group, LLC, Resolution 1318. In addition, at the committee meeting, an operations summary and workforce update was provided by Chuck Stewart, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for Metro Transit. That concludes my report of the Operations Committee.
Fine. Thank you. Appreciate that thorough report. moving along, Mr. Beach, you have the Audit, Finance, and Administration Committee report.
Thank you. A virtual meeting of the Audit, Finance, Administration Committee was held on January 26, 2024, immediately following the Operations Committee meeting. The draft minutes of that meeting are included in the meeting materials today under item 7. The AFA Committee is recommending approval of one item, which is noted on today's agenda as consent agenda item 10, which is the contract award for IMG Rebel Audit Services, as spelled out in Resolution 1319. In addition, the committee is recommending approval either at this meeting or at a regular or special meeting in the near future of agenda item 11, the Bi-State Development Operating and Capital Budget for fiscal year 2025, which is Resolution 1320, plus grant resolutions 1321 through 1327, which was recommended by CFO Tammy Fulbright at the January meeting. Also, at the committee meeting, several informational items were presented, including the legal department update, the internal audit department's follow-up summary for second quarter fiscal year 24, their status report for the second quarter fiscal year 24, their state safety oversight and status report for the fourth quarter of calendar year 23, financial statements, treasurer's report, the treasury safekeeping report, the procurement report, the 401k plan annual audit update, and the pension plan annual audit update. And this concludes my report for the AFA committee, Mr. Chairman.
Very good. Thank you for that thorough report also. Moving right along, there is no safety committee report at this time. I'll ask if there are any adjustments to the consent agenda. If there are no adjustments to the consent agenda, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as referenced in the committee reports and as outlined on the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Any abstentions? Ayes have it. Number 11, it's been brought to my attention through discussions with the president and CEO that there may be some outstanding questions from some of the commissioners regarding the budget. As we discussed at the last meeting, we recognize this is a complex budget with many issues. This is a big budget. And so therefore, both the CEO and I agree that this item will be removed from the day's agenda to allow time for the staff to provide any needed clarification. I would encourage any commissioners that have questions to please reach out to Mr. Roach or the CFO, Tammy Fulbright, as the staff is always willing to provide additional information and clarification, which we all know. If you haven't had the opportunity to sit with Tammy on one-on-one, she's full of that knowledge that we need. In addition, we will hold an audit, finance, and administration executive session meeting on March 15 at 8:30 a.m. to discuss specific budget items as greater detail under the Bi-State Development Policy, Chapter 10, Section 10.080D, closed records, D1 legal, D3 personal, D7 purchasing and contracts, and D15 insurance information. Staff will be available in the executive session to answer any in-depth questions you may have about these matters at that time. Special meeting of the Board of Commissioners will be held on March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. prior to the committee meetings for a formal presentation and final approval of the budget. So I hope that meets with everybody's okay, because it is a large budget. I'm sure that there are questions out there, and I just think this is the best thing to do after Mr. Roach and I consulted on it to give everybody a little bit more time to look over it. So anybody have any questions on that? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Stewart, you are up, the 2024 Strategic Transit Service Update.
All right, good morning, commissioners. Thank you again. The service update you have in your package, this is for information only. As Mr. Roach was relating, we are turning the corner as it relates to our staffing, especially for our bus services. So we're thinking about what service will look like as we move forward in 2024. So our planning team is putting together a strategic service plan update. The last time we did this was in 2017, but it is a routine process. Every 5 or 10 years, transit agencies go through this process. But of course, in 2017, we had 850 operators. We are hoping this year that we may get up to 650. So we need to plan service in accordance with what our resources are going to be. The objective of this plan, of this update is reliable, resilient, and relevant service. We want to be there when we say we're going to be there. We want to provide the services to the people that need the service, and we want to continue to be part of the economic growth and development of this region. So what you can expect going forward, the next steps is we will start engaging with the general public and shareholders. And I'm sure that you all will be involved in that process as well. We're going to get their feedback as we move toward probably November 2024 in making these service changes. As you know, we do quarterly service changes. November would be that last quarter in this year. So Jessica Gershman, our Assistant Executive Director in our Planning Division, is here with us this morning in case there are any additional questions about this process.
Anybody have any questions? Well, no questions. Everybody's quiet this morning. Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
Okay.
Good. At this time, Mr. Roach, is there any unscheduled business?
I have none, Chairman.
Very good. Mr. Stewart, any comments from you on the operations?
Operations report, yeah, I'd like to bring you some, you have our December operations reports in your package. I'd like to emphasize a few things. As Mr. Roach stated, with the success of our hiring initiatives, we're now at a point where we were able in this past January to change service on 17 routes, basically increasing frequency and reliability on those routes. So that is a result of the success of our hiring initiatives. Again, we're over 620 operators at this time. We are still having, we still have a need for mechanics and Colorado operators. We had a hiring event last Saturday, and we were able to make offers to 71 Colorado operators. So this is indicative that our incentives for hiring are working, and I would like to thank our commissioner, Commissioner Gladney, for showing up at that event. It is always great for our commissioners to be there to show their support for our team. So that is greatly appreciated. So again, we have continued to look for mechanics and Colorado operators. Again, we will have the service change in January, and we'll continue along those lines as we go throughout the year and implement our strategic service update with the assistance of our stakeholders and the general public. I'd like to give a specific update on Colorado. As Mr. Roach mentioned, our ADA guru has been on site and has provided us with some very, very significant recommendations thus far, although his final report probably won't be until later this spring. But we're looking forward to that and moving forward with improvements to the entire ADA service system. On the specific items that we've been working on, the telephone system optimization, last week we were able to increase our call capacity. We went from 60 lines to over 110. So that was should show improvement for our customers with that change. As of Monday, February 19th, we will streamline the phone system. There'll be a single entry point and customers will be directed to specific areas to take care of their specific service need, the call tree kind of operation. We are expecting further refinements in this system in May. In addition, we are working on, we're very close, final agreement for upgrading our TRAP-E software. We continue to work very diligently in doing that. Let me see. One of the things that we plan to implement probably by the end of March is a subscription system. This system will be for people who regularly book 5+ days per week and to and from the same destination. We're going to provide a subscription service to them so that they won't have to call in. As long as they are, meet the requirements of the program, that they are there when they're supposed to be, and we're there when we're supposed to be, we're going to allow that system to move forward so they will not have to call in every week. That should ease our situation with our phones and our reservations as well. Again, we are looking for call ride operators. 71 offers last hiring event last weekend. The $5,000 incentive bonus will increase, to be extended through March 31. And we're hoping that that will prove beneficial, not only for improving our numbers in call ride operators, but also mechanics. So that is a general overview of specific items in the operations report. And I would be happy to answer any questions that anyone may have.
I have no question before I open it up. I do want to comment on your hiring. I like it on the social media when I see those job offerings have been made and somebody gets that offer and they come out there on social media and we're posting it. So I think that's really that's a good tooting our own horn, and that's what we need to do is let people know that we are trying to fill those gaps, and you guys are doing a great job of doing that. Anybody else have questions for Mr. Stewart on his operations report? Man, okay. That's good.
All right.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Myra, will you provide us the upcoming meeting dates?
Yes, our next Safety and Security Committee meeting will be held on March 7th at 8:30 a.m. We will have a special Audit, Finance, and Administration Committee meeting, executive session to discuss the budget on March 15th at 8:30. We will hold a special Board of Commissioners meeting on March 22nd at 8:30 a.m., followed by the Operations Committee meeting and the Audit, Finance, and Administration Committee meetings. We also have the next Board of Commissioners meeting scheduled for April 19th, also starting at 8:30 a.m.
Fine, thank you. At this time, I need a motion that the board go into executive session for the purpose of discussing legal, confidential, or privileged matters as permitted under by State Development Board Policy, Chapter 10, Section 10-08, D1, legal, D2, real estate, D7, purchasing and contracts, and D10, auditors. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Gladney,
Aye.
Commissioner Cox,
Yes.
Commissioner Galladay, Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson Jennings,
Yes.
Commissioner Beach,
Yes.
Commissioner Winmiller,
Aye.
Commissioner Simmons.
Aye.
The motion passed.
Fine, thank you. See you in just a couple of minutes.